so far a lot of familiar brands is be in there already, especially for Triple V as well as the 13 Academy. This is a new team, but has been showing up in most of the tournaments that we've seen so far. But there you have it, guys. As we start the flight for these teams, we have the data on the drop points of these teams. Will they be able to retain it or probably give it up or choose a different one? That's what we're going to find out right now.
Absolutely, sir. Let's take a look at the flight path here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Very quick steal of the chopper coming through, and I wonder who that is. Mr. Alatsky, as usual, goes ahead to strike once again. And from Circus into Estate, the players of the Royal Kings will not have that extra maneuverability around the battlefield through that chopper, all thanks to Mr. Alatsky. But every single team out there picking a drop spot for themselves, not wanting to visit any other squads early on in the game. You gotta love the finals already, nephew.
Yeah, I mean, earlier we were expecting that the teams of the Four Kings will be using Heat as their drop points, but from the information that we got for all the fans out there, they have shown us, they have given us that Estate is their hometown. So I
Yes.
think AJ, and when it comes to isolated, that is one reason as well as to why they didn't pop off because
Mm.
they were not starting off on the right path. They are choosing a different drop points, thus not really showing up with the same rotation that they have done so far on other tournaments. So we'll have to find out how will they be able to do this right now. But Alatsky, on the other hand, had started it off already in Circus with a chopper just beside him on the parking lot, waiting for the rest of the teams to come by.
Absolutely, man. Alatsky, the guy every single team needs to fear. The guy that every single player out there on the battlefield needs to look out for. And also the guy that the players of Four Kings need to protect no matter what. Although, yes, we do see some of the other team members from the side of 4K popping off sometimes. Alatsky is the most consistent player out there grabbing those kill points for them. And we know how the Four Kings survived in that number one spot. It is through their kill points, not through placements. In fact, they
Yep.
are miserable when it comes to picking up placement points for themselves, but absolutely deadly with their gunfight on the battlefield. Almost every single team they come across, I'm sorry, sir, Ubos, 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 all the way. The Four Kings have no chill at all, nephew.
Yeah, and that's one reason why they were able to dominate the first set of semifinals because regardless of getting a good placement, they are already taking it up on the kills. And just to look at the data right now, AJ, in isolated for all the three matches for all the 3 days that they played on isolated, they only got 8 on the placement point. And that is really surprising for a team that really are dominant on a semifinal. So I'm really sure that they are holding off on something and haven't shown it just yet. And I won't be surprised if they will still hide that for now because
Yeah,
it's too early into the grand finals to
yeah.
really pull up all the aces that you have for the other teams to see.
Oh, yeah. And I'm very sure you are very happy that nobody is sharing any drop spots here for your Excel sheet then, nephew. It really will help us later on to determine who's going out aggressively to shut down any other team very specifically, right? Because once we go with their confirmed drop spots and don't switch them around too much, later on down the line, we will see some vulturing going on out there. We will see some predator movements coming out from some of the supreme teams as they try to attack teams that they assume will not be able to fire back. Because in a lobby that you have to prioritize kills so much, you don't want to
Mhm.
walk around and accidentally attack a team early on in the game that can wipe you out. But if you know the drop spot of a team that cannot sustain itself in a battle with you out there on the battlefield, that's who you want to wipe out first from the lobby. And teams like Four Kings, I think that might just be a strategy of theirs.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the hunt right now, and knowing that this is the house of existence, they might be seeing that, but they will be focusing on the chopper that is in front of them. This is
Oh,
HE
GG.
Phoenix right now, and being gunned down. Or not only the guns, but the rockets are flying through right there. But
Yeah.
I think it is 4K who will be backing off a little bit. Not quite sure why, but I think it's more of the airdrop that they will be focusing on, and we've
Yeah.
seen this so much for the top teams. They focus on objective first before going for the kill. But
Yes.
with the move that they've done, that is already the information gameplay. It adds up a little bit to the flavor that they will be putting into this fight.
And of course, it's going to be the green airdrop first. What they want from this green airdrop is all of those golden mods, as you can see. Kyun picking up a couple for himself and drops one because the Four Kings know the meaning of sharing, right? You need to be able to share all of those gold mods between your squad because it's not about just one player that excels by grabbing all of it, but there will be a little bit more of attention paid to Alatsky, knowing what he can do out there on the battlefield. Sato now, here comes the players as they go in for the shots. Watts will be able to shut down Sekre as the players of VVV now tickle Amethyst Esports. They find out that they are going in to attack the wrong squad. VVV has to back away immediately, and you see Watts doing exactly what he is not supposed to be doing in this scenario, going out all alone. Although VVV might not be as dangerous as Amethyst Esports, you just cannot take a chance out there. And you see the quick disengagement coming through from the VVV players. They do not want to stir the hornet's nest, and the last team they want to meet out here is Amethyst Esports, a team that is hungry to prove themselves out there, not currently embroiled in any drama whatsoever. So the attention on them isn't as aggressive as some of the other teams are receiving, but through their performance, I'm pretty sure they will be able to grab our attention once again. Another team that has managed to grab our attention with their spectacular performance out there, Almighty Prime Nephew.
Yeah, Almighty Prime taking in this team of from the Philippines and taking a banner from Singapore right here is proving us that there is crossing borders when it comes to the teams. But right now, I think they were able to battle a team right there, just left one alive. And no, not just one team. There are several dog tags in there already on Sakura. And with one kill in here from Almighty, I'm just wondering who got most of those kills. And I think with this chopper, they will be able to hunt down and spot who is responsible for that battle. But they will not be able to engage just yet because we know how the Almighty is playing this. They want to
Yep.
play it smart. They don't want to risk that much, especially that they have one of the only few choppers that is in play in this map.
Yeah, and of course, the players of Four Kings now very slowly. Existence right in front of them. Can they try to shut them down? Existence, Valhalla. Those players will really try to reposition, but Debu is caught out in the open. Fright with those shots back to back tags him up just a little bit. And here comes the SMRS play as well. And Fright will fly on right through as the ninja that he is. Catches the back of KKPG. KKPG sprayed down to the ground. Debu
What?
goes down as well. Frightening plays out of Fright.
There's no getting away from Fright right now. Sabi is the one next in the fray, and there goes Fright for a 3K. Fright's the only one alive for this team, and he needs to
Yeah.
get a little bit backwards
Uh-oh.
because there is
Uh-oh.
an armor
Uh-oh.
that he needs to recover, but another team will be jumping in right now, and we'll have to see how HE Phoenix will be going in on this fight. It's a 1v4 situation, and Yanada will be spotted right now and will be squeezed by a lot of Phoenix right there, and HE Phoenix will be able to get one of those kills from this team.
Frightening capability out of Fright, but now dog tags of his team members down on the ground. Phoenix gatekeeping all of this, and as you can see, VVV Esports Vici in the vicinity as well. Sekre, bird's eye view. He wants to catch out Phoenix, but the longer this battle prolongs, the weaker the Four Kings get, because all of those dog tags need to be retrieved, and no matter how frightening Fright is, he's not going to be able to go up against two squads, let alone three, because STPH on the way to the exact same vicinity.
Yeah, I think that will be the tactic of some of the teams right here. I mean, they will be gatekeeping all of those dog tags, especially as the kill feed is giving them information as who those teams are. And it's just, I mean, like as you mentioned, frightening to see 4K being taken down in there as early as that with only one member to their team.
Yeah.
So it's a huge potential for other teams to be able to stop them in their tracks as they move in towards the next safe zone.
Yeah.
And as we start it off, we are going to look right now as Alibaba Clan Mystic, who do go for the smart move every time, taking this high ground and goes in for the distance hit before they goes in for the rush.
Absolutely, man. On that note, ladies, German boys and girls, shout out to the whole community. Do not forget to hit that like. Do not forget to hit that share as well. We have got 5.7 thousand people watching on Facebook right now. Let's get that number on Facebook alone up to 10K, man. We can do this as one community. Please hit that share. 5,000 of you out there, but we only have about 600 shares overall on the stream. You know we can do much better than that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. With the power of the community, show me what you've got. Hit that share right now. As the players of Team J, it will be Vagabonds Esports very quickly, very slowly approaching the vicinity of NRX 420. They have got the bird's eye view here. Boji hasn't spotted them out just yet. Very quick movements left to right. They spot around, but in the grass, in those bushes, hides the players of Vagabonds Esports. Not striking just yet. Here comes Lukey very slowly now. The backstab might be pulled off. Peanut gets away, but Lukey has already shown his position. And the flanking position of Lukey now will be attacked, and that will give the present, that will give the opportunity to the other players of Vagabonds Esports to then take that backstab. Amazing setup by Vagabonds Esports, but can they execute it?
Yeah, it's a 1-3 split for the side of Vagabonds Esports right now, but as Luke, he gets information that there's a lot more in there on that hill as no one has really flew off. No one has glided to be caught off guard by Vagabonds Esports. They will be backing away and moving to a different position. But I think we are seeing a lot of engagement on the other side, and we'll have to find out who is dying and who is living on the other side as well. For Kings of Fright, we've seen a kill from right there. I think that is a hint that he was able to go and take the dog tags of his teammates as well as will be able to bring them back.
Absolutely, man. Hashtag Garena Survivors in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You know what it is. This is just the first match of the day, first match of 3 long grand final days. And you know exactly how we light it up in the comment section. You guys, the community, it is all up to you to make it a party in here. So make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that share as well, okay? Ever so slowly, the numbers are increasing. Ever so slowly, you guys are catching up and making this into one solid live stream, one solid broadcast, as the players of Easy Reborn has managed to do for themselves in the near past. They have not been the most threatening team out there, but this is that platform that they can use to impress everybody else. But 13 Academy have managed to spot out Narosa, I believe, and Rold approaching very slowly from that left-hand side. 13 Academy about to be ambushed by 2 different squads. It is going to be Amethyst Esports, and from up top, Vagabonds Nomads as well. So if they want to get out of here, now's a great time.
Yeah, this is a great time for them. They will be stuck in the middle right now because the Metaverse Esports will be taking one side of this hill, and it is the lower side of the hill right now. Now Glad will be going in for the rush, and I think this is a more of a questionable move for the side of Glad, not knowing that all of those teams or members from Metaverse Esports is already on them. Now we have Vagabonds Esports on the other side with one team right next to them, and if I'm not mistaken, that is ABC Mystic. Was able to miss that engagement and is now moving in onto the edge to get a little bit more of information as to who might be backstabbing them if they get this high ground. But there will be one more in there on the side. It's HE Phoenix, who was able to survive in the battle early on and actually take down a few after vulturing from the fight that happened. But how well will they be able to get more points in this fight? We'll have to see. But here comes VVV against VVV. Siorak in there taking down Sato.
Yeah, VD with a quick attack, and now the rest of the players on Team VD need to back Siora up real good because SDPH, they have got the bird's eye view from up top, and VG, who just lost one player who strayed away a little too far, will be quite annoyed with their team member because he needed to wait for the rest of them before moving on, but he could have just been the scout that stepped away a little bit too far, became the unfortunate lost lamb. Now they need to retrieve the dog tag of that lost lamb. And Almighty Prime, as well as SDPH, will be trying to prevent that. Siora, snipe! One more shot needed. Reposition. Siora does not take advantage of that. But all of the sounds will not be much of an issue as well. All thanks to the suppressor on that snipe. Jewel now with those shots. It is going to be Almighty Prime with the strike as White gets knocked down. And VVV, this is going to be Team VD reposition. GB not going to allow him to run away though.
Yeah, we have Almighty Prime on the high ground, and the push is on. And with this safe zone closing in on them, it might be the end from one member of BBB. White is in there as a turn to be a dog tag, and the movement of the rest of the teams are on to the other side. Now, if they will be able to manage to turn around, it will be a high hill that they have to go in, and they need to get through against Almighty. They are not going away that easily. They will be waiting for the time, waiting for the dog tag to expire, and this is a good tactic for them to eliminate most of the teams who might be battling it on team versus team. But speaking of team versus team, we have 13 Academy right now in here, taking down one member of Vagabond's Nomads, and Vagabond's Nomads not really showing that much tenacity in this game right now as SM tries to get away and heads in to the other teams.
Yeah, this is gonna be 13 Academy outside of the circle now. The one and only Glad, but straight into the hands of Vici, and he spots out Ainra! AK-47 won't be able to catch him off guard. Ainra down on the ground, and SDPH will be able to take advantage of any VVV players who move on in for the dog tag pickup. But now Glad, he's trying to finish off Ainra. Will he go in to loot Ainra's box as well? Because if he makes that wrong move, SDPH needs to attack this. That team has been staying on that high ground for a little too long now, and now they overstay their welcome as Instinct spots them out as well. Calibe down on the ground, SDPH in trouble.
Ultra Instinct in there coming from Instinct, and here comes the gold. I mean, the gatekeep against SDPH. Bubbles right now is in there. Hopefully, he will not be popped. But on the other side, we have a Blue going against NRX 420, and Boji, the Wonder Kid, has been taken down. But the rush is still on for 13 Academy, and they will be going against two teams: Almighty on top and SDPH down below, who will be able to survive the wrath of the 13 Academy.
13 Academy now taking the high ground spot, but then just playing the very edge of the circle. Almighty Prime right in front of them. Calibe will be able to backstab Almighty Prime if he takes advantage of this situation. But now the traps all being triggered. Breezy shuts down Ciora from the back, and that's a totally different VVV squad that 13 Academy is taking on at this very moment. Angel Cutie, as they try to reposition from the back, they try to catch the players of VVV, but nothing seems to be working. VVV has Almighty has positioned themselves quite well behind that boulder, and now as Dre hops on up, this is his opportunity to perhaps tease Instinct, but all of them want to play this safe. Dre still behind, but Chase manages to catch Calibe off guard, and that is not going to be a huge win for them because 13 Academy is the target. Chibi leading the charge alongside Dre. It will be Instinct still teasing them, and in a couple of seconds, when that circle continues to move on in, both of these teams are going to regret not moving a little earlier.
The music is never ending for these two teams. They have been dancing it along on that hill, but this time I think 13 Academy needs to pull away because it is getting hot in there just on the side of the safe zone. They need to put their focus on another team who might be in here on the other side, and this might be VVV or SDPH. But as they try and get a good position in this game, we have Chivi as well as the rest of the teams of Almighty still wandering on this area, still on the high ground, getting information, but they might be sighting HE Phoenix on the other side, as well as one more members of Vagabond's Nomads. And I think that's the only member of Vagabond's Nomads left that is SR, or I think Baibu's in there, who will be able to survive those battles.
Yeah, Vagabonds Esports, 6 kills in here so far, and now the next team they are aiming for is Amethyst Esports. Nash, backstab! Ah! Rewind! Gets away right after he tags up a player. A brilliant play coming through from Vagabonds Esports Nash, and that is the supremacy of tactics out there when you bring the rewind class, but you do not make a mistake with it because you will pay a high price. Prime flying through the air as he continues to pressure Jewel as well as Gazer, but now all my ABC will get into a little bit of trouble there as he gets spotted out. Vagabond's not waiting on any ceremony whatsoever. Nash continuously pressuring everyone, confusing the heck out of them with that rewind class as he continues picking up kill after kill after kill. Almighty Prime on the other hand, they re-engage with Sukre. It's gonna be He Phoenix now through the smoke. Dre will get this drop as Sukre tries to get away, and Dre himself gets dropped by Burn. What a turnaround! He Phoenix strikes back.
That was a good distraction tactic from He Phoenix, but here comes Assassin right now going face to face, but there goes Quasi and Chase going in for that fight, and they will be able to take down Burn and Merc in that battle. It is not yet over because on the other side, Chase will be able to see Sekre, but Sekre will be able to get up top that hill, but on the behind that is Vagabond's Esports, who is making it very, very difficult for all these teams to be able to focus because they are just so annoying in there at the bottom as Chase will be taken down by Timothy on that gunfight.
Vagabonds Esports still alive and kicking 10 kills in here so far, and this is something that we were worrying about. Regardless of who goes out there to show off, Vagabonds Esports will always show up on the final day when it truly counts. And this is not even the final day yet. It is just the first matchup of the grand finals out of 18. Yato strikes again, Almighty Prime J, this time drop at Vagabonds Esports, still on the hunt. No, Luki's not your enemy, Yato, but it doesn't matter. That is the tenacity of Vagabonds Esports. They spot, they shoot, they take the kill point, and they move on to the next circle. Narosa, he is getting the heck out of there. He's not waiting a single second to deal with the Vagabonds Esports players anymore. But Vagabonds Esports, just as they are, they win this battle in a very, very
Woo!
convincing
One
fashion.
zero. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean,
Boys, boys, boys.
Vagabonds Esports. Oh,
Hey,
we
hey,
are hearing these teams right now as
Yeah,
they are
yeah.
speaking all